And this is the most important thing. You don't know what a person is going through. You don't know what they're praying for behind closed doors. You don't know what they have already went to God for and asked to take out of their lives. You don't know their struggle. You don't know what they can afford or what they can't afford. We don't know. Okay, you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Pearl Black, and I am here with another video. Today, I wanted to talk about how to stop being judgmental and my experience with being judgmental. Okay, so no one wants to be judged. Like, no one wants to be judged. Everybody want to just live their life and not be judged. So, and then we have to understand that God is the ultimate judge. Like, he is the judge that's going to judge at the final judgment. But we can be judgmental as people, as humans. Like, there are some super judgmental people, and I don't know about you, but I don't like it. I don't like being judged. I don't like how it feels, and I have been judged, and I don't like how that feels. But it was a certain time where I was judgmental when I first became a believer, and I knew that I had a calling on my life. I knew that God had called me to be a minister, and I feel like as a minister of God, because of what I saw around me, other believers, other preachers, and things like that. You know, I grew up kind of in the church, so I saw other people preach like this, and I feel like I had to be judgmental. I had to say something about everything that I thought wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? So, because being judgmental is just being a negative person, like you're just a critic about every certain thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's I don't want to be that type of person. I just don't like people like that. And so, but you see it around every day. I just see people judging, like you judge a person for their gender, or what they have on, or where they work, or how they talk, or how they walk, or you know what I'm saying, how they dress. It's just everything. Like people just can be just so judgmental about everything in your life. Like and I didn't want to be that person, but I saw myself being like that, and that's because I was unwise, immature. I needed to be taught, but I feel like that's how it's supposed to be, you know. And so how I stopped being judgmental was I matured. I just grew up, you know what I'm saying? And it was two things that really helped me to stop being judgmental. So that's what I want to share with you today. So the first thing is, when you're judging people, like I said before, no one wants to be judged. It hurts. It does not feel good. And this is the most important thing. You don't know what a person is going through. You don't know what they're praying for behind closed doors. You don't know what they have already went to God for and asked to take out of their lives. You don't know their struggle. You don't know what they can afford or what they can't afford. We don't know people. So we can't always have an opinion about every single thing in a person's life. Like, we have to take things to God. If we say we love God, then we should be taking these issues to God and not just being so judgmental with that person or people or whomever it may be. And then the second thing I've learned about how to stop being judgmental is, you know, I need to work on me. Like, I am the most important person to me. You know what I'm saying? And so I have to work on me, because I'm going to be judged one day, and I have to make sure I have my stuff together. You know what I'm saying? I have a life to live, and I want to live that life and be happy. I don't want to have to worry about what somebody else is doing all the time and having something to say, like letting who somebody else is bother me. Like, that shouldn't bother me of who you decide that you want to be. And I have always been a person with a compassionate heart. So I've always been a person to treat people right. I've always been a person to, like, always look at the person that people felt like was the least. You know what I'm saying? And I always want to gravitate to people like that, because I feel like I was that person. I was the least. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like this super popular person. And my heart just always went out to people. And then God allowed me to be raised in a household where I had like disabled sisters. So then I always was compassionate about people who had disabilities, because we grew up, you know what I'm saying, like my mom raised us to be that type of way, and I'm raising my children to be that type of way, like to not always, you know what I'm saying, judge a person based on anything, their disability, you know what I'm saying, their gender, you know, their social status, anything, you know what I'm saying? So that's important to me, of how we treat people, how I treat people, how my children treat people, and how I'm treated is important to me. So those are the two things that I feel like would stop you from being a judgmental person, when you understand, like, you don't know everything about a person, their situation. And then and then second of all is to focus on yourself, and that will stop you from being a super judgmental person. And I want to bring this out too, just because we're on the subject. A lot of people would say, God says not to judge, and don't judge lest you be judged. That's what the Bible says. But it also says right after that, and I just want to point this out because I want to make this clear. It also says after that, first, take the speck out of your eye so that you can see clearly to take the speck out your brother's eye. And we don't talk about that. We stop at the do not judge. And I want to make you understand that there is a judgment that we should do that's a righteous judgment through the Spirit of God. If you don't have the Spirit of God, you can't make a righteous judgment. Like Jesus is saying, once you get delivered, once you get your life together, then you can help your brother get his life together or her life together. But if you're being judgmental just to be judgmental with no kind of solution, with no kind of help, for a person, then you're just being negative. Like, God doesn't want that. But if you're judging a righteous judgment, and you have been delivered, you're cleaned up, you're together, then you can help someone else get together. And that's the only way that you should be judging people, if you are helping someone else get their life together, and you do that through the Spirit of God. You know what I'm saying? And the Spirit of God is wise, so it's not going to be something that's rude and just negative. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how to stop being judgmental, and I hope you guys like this video and subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in my next video.